In 2016, people across Britain opened a chocolate bar and got genuinely angry. Not at the price hadn't moved. At the shape. Toblerone, the triangle mountain chocolate, had quietly widened the gaps between its peaks. Same box, same price on the shelf. 10% less chocolate. The company called it adjusting the weight. The internet called it what it felt like. Being robbed in slow motion, one triangle at a time. The outrage got so loud the company eventually brought the old shape back. Hold that chocolate bar in your head, because you feel that trick every week at the store. You just can't always see the gap. You feel prices climbed more than anyone admits. The official number says inflation is cooling. Your card says otherwise. And here's the part nobody tells you. You're not crazy, and it's not just inflation. There are three quieter gears under the sticker. Easy, breathe. Watch this. Gear 1, the shrink. The Toblerone move running everywhere. Same bag of chips, fewer grams. Same family size, smaller family apparently. Paper towels with fewer sheets, cereal boxes taller and thinner. Same silhouette on the shelf, less inside. Price per package holds steady so the sticker whispers, nothing happened. Price per gram went up, quietly. Statisticians do try to adjust for it, but your eyes don't shop per gram. They shop per box. The shrink is priced exactly into that gap. Gear 2, the test. Here's an uncomfortable mechanic from inside pricing rooms. Companies don't just raise prices to cover costs. They raise prices to discover what you'll tolerate. Inflation season was the perfect laboratory. Everything was going up. So who could tell which increases were costs and which were experiments? One analysis from a Federal Reserve Bank estimated that fattening profit margins accounted for a large slice of the price surge in 2021 and 22. Not all of it, but a slice. And once a company learns you'll pay $8 for what costs $6, that lesson doesn't expire. Which brings us to the meanest gear of all. Gear 3, the ratchet. A ratchet is a tool that turns one way and locks. That's prices. When costs rise, prices jump within weeks. Companies protect margins fast. When costs fall, prices drift down slowly or never. Economists have a name for it, downward rigidity. And you have a lived version of it. Have you ever seen the grocery store announce supply chains healed, everything's 20% off? Costs went round trip. Prices bought a one-way ticket. And your brain keeps score with the old numbers. You remember what the burrito cost in 2020. That memory is your anchor. And every trip to the store slams the new price against the old anchor. The gap between them is that feeling you have. The economy calls it normalization. Your gut calls it correctly. Turn the canvas. You thought inflation was one thing, a tide that rose and is now falling, case closed. Look at the drawing again. The tide rose, yes. But while it was up, the shrink took a bite, the test moved the anchor, and the ratchet locked every click in place. The tide went back down. The click stayed. That's why the number on the news and the number in your cart live in different worlds. They're measuring different machines. It has a name, the ratchet. Inflation was the door. The ratchet is why it never closed. Prices didn't just rise. They learned what you'd pay. Now the honest part, because this machine loves a villain, and I'm not giving it one. Nobody held a meeting to plan your grocery bill. The shrink is a company dodging a sticker shock you'd punish them for. The test is what any seller does when the fog rolls in. The ratchet is thousands of small decisions, each defensible, none coordinated. That's exactly why it's invisible. There's no mustache to point at, just incentives all leaning the same direction. Away from your wallet, one look to take with you. It costs nothing and you can't unsee it. Next time you're at the store, ignore the price for 1 second and check the size. The grams, the sheets, the count. That little number on the label is where this whole machine hides. You'll spot your first gap within a week, and you'll never read prices are stabilizing the same way again. Stabilizing, sure, at the top of the ratchet. That feeling that the math of your life stopped adding up? It wasn't your math. It was the machine's. See the machine. Don't be the fuel. We draw one machine a week. The next one is already on the board.